Hey, Mike, you're in the office.
That's right. I have a collar on too.
You have a collar on?
Mm-hmm. I should
It's
probably
funny.
button up.
It's funny every time somebody says I have a collar on, all I can think is priest. But
Or
I
you just got
guess.
arrested
did
from
you
my
did you
own background.
did you just get arrested, Mike?
No, I haven't been arrested in. Well, I'm not going to tell you how long.
I know. I know it was a long night for you. You were rehearsing for a gig, right?
Oh yeah, which we played through an extremely aggressive set. Played through it twice. My
Mm-hmm.
arms are falling off.
Mm-hmm.
We're as ready as we're going to get for this thing. And I got to take today and tomorrow to heal.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I want everybody to know that I'm contractually obligated to advertise Mike's band. Mike, where are you playing?
So, thank you for the question. The Minette Saloon in Bremerton. 5 minutes from the ferry. Citizens E starts about 9:30. We always have to open because I'm old. You will, of course, be coming.
You know what? Don't start until I get there.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep.
All
You
right.
just wait for me. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Nobody's here for that.
hmm
They're here for security news. What do you got?
Okay. I think we're going to have to be a little abbreviated today. There's a reason I'm in the Seattle office, and a lot's going to be going on here, including a couple other video things we got to do. Um, what time is that again? What time do we do our thing?
Oh, you got a bunch of things today. You're doing something with SC Media. We're talking to our partners today about our new SOC detections that involve leaks out of Russia.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot going on today, and interestingly, if we'll probably write something up about those SOC detections and put it on our blog. But
Yeah.
um, it's there's a lot going on. Okay, news. Tell people news. People are
Okay.
here for news.
Okay. All right. Uh, oh, anonymous. This is interesting to watch, but this is not going to end well. They have vowed to wage an unprecedented attack on U.S. and other companies that continue to operate in Russia. And victim number one is already in the books. Nestle was hacked hard, and Anonymous leaked a lot of data. So the company is embarrassed, and they're pulling a bunch of products out of Russian markets.
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. Um, and by the way, I continue to think this is going to come back on us, Mike. We talked about that message from the Russians saying the U.S. is supporting the activity. I'm worried. Any more on it, Mike?
No, on that message from the Russian government about, hey, the U.S. is behind this. I haven't seen anything
Hmm.
else, but their criminals and military hackers seem to be ramping operations. One story this week is about how the use of ransomware has increased since the beginning of the war. Okay. And remember when we talked about how much money comes into Russia through all the cybering and criming, right? And that they would need to make up for the effects of the sanctions. And it looks like that is in progress. It looks like that's ticking up because they need the money.
Hmm. And didn't the volunteer army just leak personal information on like 100,000, 120,000 Russian soldiers?
Yeah, they sure did. This is they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot back. Yes, with the stated purpose of making sure that there's a way to identify and prosecute war criminals. All right, want to poke them straight in the eye? Great way to do that. So seriously, I mean, this stuff with Anonymous is just starting.
Hmm.
We are now seeing up close that everyone's network can be sliced through like warm butter, and hacking for cause can also be political. So dark money groups that buy senators, you all should be taking some notes right now.
And hey, there's a new threat group that just showed up. Or maybe it was just detected for the first time.
hmm
Makes it look like the blowback is starting. What do you know about that one?
Yeah, they say that group is motivated to weaponize data they steal to further erode public trust and to downgrade our own ability to counter their operations. Okay, that sounds like a definite war strategy to me. They're basically going to do what Anonymous is doing to them. So collateral damage is likely to ensue, and probably soon.
Well, and then insurance companies, want to make sure that there are exclusions for war. A lot of back and forth about that on what's actually happening there. The government, for its part, is talking about becoming a reinsurer specifically for that. I hope there's an answer soon for companies worried about a war exclusion on their cyber insurance.
Yeah, well, soon is the key term here, because as someone that's worked in government on things that took years, it's not likely they're going to hurry. But at least they have these model programs, TRIP and TRIA, that they can leverage. So yes, please hurry up with that reinsurance, because we are going to need that.
I think, if the government if people on Capitol Hill worked as fast as they did to euthanize that fox that was biting Congress people,
That's so sad.
Things would get done, right?
It was the fox biting people in Washington. Great metaphor. We don't need to go there, but great metaphor.
Speaking of business and hits taken from being cybered, I'm moving on, Mike.
Yeah, see that.
Solarwinds back in the news for the worst of reasons. So straighten this one out for me. So there's a class action suit, and a judge just said it could go forward. What's the backstory there?
The backstory is that the suit names the executives. So yes, it's a class action, but not solely against a corporation. The corporate officers have been named, and the corporate veil has been pierced. So this must be causing a collective aneurysm in the C-suites everywhere right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen before the CEO get named in a suit because the CEO represents the companies.
Yep.
It represents the company.
But not frequently. It's rare.
It happens. Like I've seen a class action against Facebook that names Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, but usually it's just the CEO. This one includes the CISO.
It does. The assertion is that the executives intentionally did not fund security for the purpose of getting the valuation up in anticipation of a sale of the company. Okay, so I hope executives everywhere are hearing this message. You neglect security and you may get sued personally and or go to prison. So bust out that checkbook and get after it.
All right, threats and vulns, Mike.
Log4 Shell. That one is being actively exploited. It's kind of an exotic hack that I won't go into here. It's interesting that a company named WhiteSource has released a free tool to detect and remediate this one. So go Google WhiteSource. The Java Spring framework has been patched as well. I should probably say this. Mailchimp was hacked, by the way. And since we use Mailchimp for the daily blast, I should probably say that we are not affected. Most customers are not. They were after specific information on specific Mailchimp users for the purpose of stealing crypto from their wallets.
The crypto theft is out of control. I mean, are they going to go after the hamster next? The
hamster died. No, the hamster died. Mr. Gox. Well, the lesson to me is don't be an early adopter, Moving on, Gitlab has released a critical update because they have hard-coded passwords in there. Patch that. A 15-year-old bug in something called pair PHP would allow for wide-scale supply chain attacks, right? You can bug a piece of software, and then everybody that's using it is now owned, right? That was just fixed. And Chrome and Android both need updates.
Kicker? By the way, for people who don't join us every week, the kicker is the part where Mike tries to make us smile in the end. It's a happy story at the end of the newscast. Mike always fails at this. So, Mike, can you make us smile?
No, I'm going to fail again. But I do want to tell you that there's this attack against electric vehicle charging. Okay. It's not a charging station like they did in Russia, which is an interesting story in and of itself. It's against the vehicles. So, there's a demo video, and you can take the car over, abort the charging, and display an error message that says charging error. Make sure car is turned off and retry. Right. So what it does is it kind of disables your car. Now that in and of itself is not that funny, but who do you think is behind this? Gotta be. It's got to be oil companies.
Russia? Oh,
It's
wait. No.
got to be oil companies. It's got to be oil companies. This is an economic hack here. The oil companies got to be behind this.
If you say so.
The Exxon hack, we should be calling it.
No,
No, we shouldn't.
No. Wow, you like that's twice in this one that I've had to stop you from
being inappropriate.
all right, everybody, watch this space for Mike being inappropriate. And Mike just sent me a note in the background. I have to remind everybody to go to his gig tomorrow. Everybody, gig tomorrow. Mike,
no, it's Saturday. Don't show up tomorrow.
Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Is today not Friday?
Today is not Friday.
Darn it. All right, everybody. Have a good day.
Yep. Bye.